as a Korean national, the military service I would have to eventually serve. And they actually had a deadline. If you weren't in school or doing anything of that sort, you can only stay abroad until your age of 24. Otherwise, you'll have to.
I didn't know that.
Otherwise, you'll have to come back.
Welcome, beautiful people, to the Lost and Local podcast. We're Adam
And Hannah.
And Andy.
3 Korean citizens who grew up abroad and are now figuring out life in Korea.
Join us as we share stories and our honest perspective on what it means to be lost and local.
We're so excited to have our distinguished guest today.
Woo! We're so excited to welcome our guest today, Andy, a brother at Ark Church who's a jack of all trades. Sound system problem? Check. Need to upload this week's sermon to YouTube? Check. Need a drummer? Check. Who you gonna call?
Definitely.
It's
Andy!
Andy!
So we're going to do a little icebreaker. And this is kind of a way to get our guests get loosened up and stuff. So what book, movie, or show could you rewatch or reread forever or continuously?
I don't watch shows at the moment or like read too much books, but even till now, I think one of the greatest movies ever made is Pixar's Ratatouille.
Oh.
I've seen it once, many years ago.
I think you should watch it again.
Really?
It's iconic.
It's maybe not Pixar's greatest animated film, but it's like if you were to list out its greatest film, Ratatouille has to be in like every list.
Oh.
Just like the way it's simple. It's not like a supernatural film or anything like that. It's a simple animation, like chefs going through life, and well, the rat's cute too. And it shows like a very nice life lesson, and like even as an adult, you can enjoy the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did Ratatouille come out?
It came out like early 2000s. I don't remember the exact date of it. Maybe like
Ratatouille. 2007.
2006. I was gonna say, but
It came out while my wife and I were on our honeymoon.
oh,
Literally, June 29th, 2007.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Hyojin somehow manages to be a part of all of our episodes. I'm so sorry, Hyojin. But it's kind of an icon now.
Yeah.
Because did you guys watch Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I
They
haven't.
make a reference to
Yeah,
it.
I referenced it in the message.
Yes, you did. Like, it's
you
sort
did,
of an
yeah.
icon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They call it Pixar's magnum opus.
Oh.
This is kind of making me want to watch it again.
Yeah, you should watch it again.
Oh.
Thinking about this, I gotta watch it again myself.
Oh.
Now that I'm reminded of it.
Okay.
That's so funny.
All right, Hannah, how about you?
So Adam already knows this, but my favorite movie of all time is Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And I had this tradition for 7 years. I broke it last year, but for 7 years, every Christmas, I would watch all 3 movies, director's cut, between December 31st and January 1st. That was just like my routine. And I would try to get people who've never watched it to like watch it with me. Because I think it takes a little bit of support to get into the lore. Like, if you're coming into it blind, you don't really get it. You're just like, why are these people, like, I don't care about these people. But then I'll be like, no, this is a really important scene. Think about it. And then like 5
So
hours
you're
later.
one of them who pauses it to explain things?
I don't pause it, but I'm like, just
okay.
remember this part. And then like
then you'll discuss
the next
it
movie,
later.
I'm like, remember that? Like, this is a continuum of this. And most of my friends like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that most of your friends were not part of the original watching it when it came out in the theaters.
We were too young.
Oh, were you too young? Oh my gosh. I'm old.
I think I was in elementary school
Okay,
when it first came
that
out.
might have been too... You might have been too young. For
Yeah.
that
I was
movie
in Korea at the time, so.
Oh. So we're talking not just Lord of the Rings, but the whole trilogy. The first trilogy.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the Hobbit series.
Yeah.
I think they didn't do as good of a job.
Yeah.
But I hate the second movie
Of which one?
of the trilogy.
Oh, the Two Towers or whatever?
Yeah, that's my least favorite
Oh,
of the 3.
'Cause
I
it's
mean,
kind of, it's not as
It's slow.
Yeah, it's slower.
The orcs and the goblins seem to be winning, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
Yeah, because you had the big battles with Helm's Deep in the first one, and then the
Yeah.
big battle on the third one.
There's redemption in the third
Yeah,
movie.
that's
The
true.
third movie is so rich, but you can't understand the third movie until you watch 1 and 2.
And then the second movie ends with that cliffhanger. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know about her or whatever. And you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. So good. Such a good series. Love it.
Hannah stole my thunder because
I'm so sorry.
this is the new trilogy that I also watch. I think that the most recent time that I watched it was just 2 years ago. But I will watch the whole series as well. I've read the whole books on vacations before. And it still holds up to this day.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. So we wanted to kind of dive deep into your life because you definitely fall under the whole umbrella of Lost and Local. Like us, you're a Korean citizen, but you grew up abroad.
I did.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about where you grew up?
Well, I was born and I grew up in Korea until I was around 8 when...
I didn't know
around
this.
8. And my brother, my mom, and I, just to make it clear for the rest of our discussion, my mom and my dad are divorced. So it's just me, my mom, and my brother in the family. We moved to California first when I was 8. And then around 3 years after, so when I turned 11-ish, we moved to Georgia. And I did my junior high and high school there. So I guess you could say I grew up in Georgia for the most of like my childhood. And I moved back to California for college and then came to Korea after that.
I did not know that you came so late.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Interesting.
because like I didn't really point it out, but yeah, I did my move when I was 8. But I don't really have too much memory of like my childhood when I was still in Korea though. So
That makes sense.
it's kind of hard to say that I grew up in Korea during that time because like I just don't have any much memory of it at the time.
But do you have memories of moving to LA?
Yes, I do. But I don't know, it's 3 years, not too much happened. Well, there's like bits of like important events that have happened that like impacted me for like the rest of like my growing up. But 3 years is a short time, so I'm not sure if I could say I grew up in California either. But I definitely say mostly Georgia for my childhood, grow up.
But like going to school,
Yeah.
suddenly having to speak English, that
Yeah.
must have been a shock.
Yeah. Tell us about that whole transition.
Yeah, so first time when I moved to California from Korea, and my first day of school, I can already feel that I'm different. Especially being placed as like, there were some couple like Korean kids because it is in LA in California. And I was in K-Town going to school, but maybe like 2-3 Korean kids, but they all spoke English and then maybe a little bit of Korean that they learn at home. But I came here with very little English. I mean, I did try to prepare when I was still in Korea. I was like doing not hagwon, but like private tutoring in English, just so
language.
I get
Oh.
somewhat used to it. But that did not help at all because like,
Oh.
you know, when you go to like a different country where
Yeah.
they actually speak the language natively, they have different like dialects or like just a way of like speech pattern is like not something you can like naturally teach. You just have to
Yeah.
kind of like grow up with, right? So being placed in that on the first day of school and then going through the first day of school in like the class and not knowing what the material covered was, and then the teacher having to come back specifically to you to make sure or like to check up on you to see if you're following the material, which I wasn't at first. Well, I was pretty good at math, but that was just numbers, right? Yeah, it definitely sets a tone for like just the rest of my time in America as like, I'm not one of these people. I'm not one of...
Like you're singled out.
You're-
Yeah, I'm kind of
You're
singled
an
out.
outsider.
Yeah, I'm an
Yeah.
outsider. Like in this class, like I'm different
Yeah.
in that way.
So being 8 years old, do you remember, were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you really against moving to America? What was your emotions going on?
I was just confused. A child. I didn't know why we were moving. I think there was some excitement too because I still have some extended relatives in California, which is one of the reasons why we were able to move there in the first place because we had people that we already knew to help us adjust. But it's weird going back because I didn't go to the same school as my relatives either, which would have helped me a lot if I think about it now.
Oh.
But no, I was left to defend for myself. No.
Now, you said that you have a brother. Tell us about your brother. You're the older one.
I'm
correct?
the younger one.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You're the younger one.
I have a brother that is 2 years older. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a dangerous age gap.
2 year age gap.
There's a lot of fighting involved.
Hannah knows. Yeah, so I used to get picked on a lot. But at the same time, I think because we were going into a new country, there was that sense of him like wanting to protect me.
Oh, there's like a bond there.
Yeah, but at home, of course, he's picking on me.
Sure.
Only in public.
Yeah. In public, he's like, this is my little brother. I gotta take care of him. You know?
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Did you always talk to him in Korean at home, or did you notice that changing?
It changed. At first, we were speaking Korean, and then our mom forced us to speak English.
Oh.
And then that just kind of became a natural thing.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like if my mom was still around, we were still speaking Korean just for her to understand. Right? Because she didn't know much English. So if we're talking about stuff then that she needed to know, or like she needed to be involved in the conversation, we'll talk in Korean.
Wow.
So your experience moving to the California for 3 years and then moving on to Georgia, tell us a little bit about your experience regarding racism. Did you get poked fun of a lot more in Georgia than versus California? How was that like experience between the two?
I remember getting poked at more so in California actually than in Georgia. In California, at least, or in LA, maybe it was the language barrier, especially because I didn't know their language just quite yet.
Okay,
I
that
was
makes
getting
sense.
But by the time I moved to Georgia, I was more or less fluent in English already. So, in Georgia, there's even less Koreans there, but at the same time, I speak their language. So it's easier to like make connection in that sense. But I'm still like this unique breed of human that just came to their school. So
I see.
Now that was the ATL, the 404, right?
ATL.
Was
Atlanta.
that was that on the outskirts? Or?
Yeah, I didn't go to Atlanta. So I grew up in the suburbs of a metropolitan area of Augusta, which is along the border to South Carolina. So I didn't grow up in
Northern Georgia.
Yeah, northern Georgia. Yes.
That's why, because I was like, a lot of Koreans live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Which is why I have to like reiterate every time. If I say I'm from Georgia, I'm not from Atlanta.
I see.
Because that's the only big city that most Koreans would even know or go to.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm learning some new stuff about you. Andy.
I feel like I mentioned this before.
You might have mentioned it, but I'm an old man. I have
not Atlanta though.
Did your mom move you guys there intentionally, like to expose you to more Americans?
Yes.
Okay.
More so for my older brother actually.
Oh.
Because we found out for him, he was having a hard time adjusting to the English, like learning English. He was actually learning more Spanish than English while he was in LA.
Okay.
Hanging out with all the Hispanic kids at the time. So
he was in 5th grade.
Yeah,
when
5th grade, and then
when he immigrated.
6, 7, yeah.
That's much
you
harder.
were probably the one that learned English the fastest.
I did.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a hard time adjusting, other than getting picked on early. But everyone gets picked on earlier on, and I was a pretty timid kid at the time too. So I'm a very easy target for that.
Did you ever express it with your brother? Did you guys? Did he defend you? Did you actually get in physical altercations or anything like that, or?
Well, we were in different grades, so we didn't really interact much in school. And I'm not really one to like talk about these like hardships with him, right? At home we're
Oh,
fighting
okay.
most of the time.
Men.
Physically, not because we have anything against each other, but
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
brothers.
Sure.
And that's what brothers do.
Mm-mm.
We talk with our fists.
Oh,
Even
no.
when we have nothing to say.
Oh,
It's just how we do it.
gosh.
Mm.
Wow.
So after moving to Georgia, you stayed there and you graduated high school
Yes.
and you went on to university
Right.
in Georgia?
No, I moved back to California for
Okay.
university.
Okay.
Wait, before we go to college,
Okay.
can I ask you a question about like your teenage years is usually when you start thinking about cultural identity and like where do I quote unquote belong? Your school didn't have that many Asian or Korean Americans, it seems like.
Yeah.
Did you start thinking about those things or were you just like what's good is good?
Yeah. So the first time I thought about my cultural identity was actually that first day of school in California because
Oh, it came
noticing that I'm already noticing like I'm not necessarily whether I am Korean or not, but that I'm not what these people are.
early.
You
Oh.
That was the
yeah.
feeling I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird because the longer I stayed in California, the 3 years that I was in California, I was actually adjusting, learning your language and made a couple friends in school too. But then I moved to Georgia now. And now I'm in a place with even less Koreans. And the demographics actually is slightly different because there's a lot of Hispanic kids in California, but then there's no Hispanic kids, well, maybe one or two
Oh, very few.
in Georgia, maybe, or the suburbs of Georgia. Mostly black and white, majority. And then I think I saw one other Korean kid, and that was about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So you and your brother and just one other Korean during and this was you're a late Gen Z. I mean, you're the one of the borderline Gen Z to millennial.
The very early Gen Z. The first Gen Z.
The OG.
Yeah. Okay.
The last millennial, first Gen Z, something like that. Yeah.
I imagine that is it Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah, Augusta. Yeah.
I imagine that's probably not too many Koreans still there.
No.
But were there other Asians like Indian,
Yeah, there were other Asians,
Filipinos?
yeah, but they weren't as common. It was predominantly white and black.
I see.
Okay.
So how did you feel? Like, were you trying hard to fit in, or were you just like, I'm different, it is what it is, I'm just gonna accept that?
What happened for me is, even in California and Georgia, I always went to like a Korean church, and my mom would always hang out with like Korean people. So I would naturally hang out with Korean people too, or whether church or mostly in church. So that's just kind of where I found like more my comfort zone. That makes sense.
Belonging.
Like my identity, I guess. That like I relate myself more with these people than I do with the people at school, like the kids at school. Yeah.
That makes sense.
As you went through junior high and high school, there wasn't any animosity. You felt like this was the right move for myself and my family.
Looking back, for sure. But at the time, I feel like not necessarily because like we wanted to move, but more so like because we kind of had to move. At least from my brother, myself perspective, mom decided it was best for us to move to America at the time. Especially back in those days, like Korean economy, we weren't sure what was gonna happen with it. I didn't really have any like hard feeling towards it. And especially now, I think it was a good choice.
After high school, you didn't go to university in Georgia at all. You just went back to California. Is that because your family moved back to the West Coast?
So when we moved to America in the first place, we moved, and my mom got a work visa, and we were her dependents. So this is like, some of it is like there was visa issues that we had to move back to California. But the long story would be, around the time I was in high school and like about to graduate high school, my mom's work visa expired, and I didn't have any like legal status either. And in Georgia, a very conservative state, their schools actually didn't allow any students with no legal status to enroll in their schools.
Undocumented.
Yeah, undocumented immigrants.
Wow, they would actually check.
Yeah, they would actually check. Well, they would.
Gosh.
No, the funny thing is they actually don't check, and then they. Oh, this is actually a funny story because like I actually got accepted into like a school, and I thought I was actually gonna go into one of the schools in Georgia.
A college.
Yeah, in college. But then around somewhere between April and June, they sent me like an email asking to like provide legal documents. Otherwise, we can't enroll you. So they send me
I
this
see.
notification after all the college apps were like,
Oh gosh.
wrapped up.
Oh,
It was a pretty messed
I
up
feel
thing.
like, did they just do that as a blanket for anyone that had a foreign name? Did they just send that to, or did they have an inkling? Because that's interesting because you had a social security number.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Because remember, I'm just a dependent. I'm not
yeah, you don't get it.
yeah. But you'd think they would actually check the application and see if this guy has like status before,
Yeah.
say I'm accepted into the school. But
Yeah.
probably the admissions is different than the finance department or whatever they were looking at.
What year was this?
this was 2015
You thought you were going to college in Georgia.
in Georgia, yeah.
And then they suddenly pull this thing on you.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of scrambling to find.
Yeah.
That's
It was
tough.
a
that's
tough-
so,
it was a tough
that's so
time.
rough.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was a very tough scrambling because
Yeah.
the choice is either scramble around in America, see what the options are, or move back to Korea, which could have been another option. But we chose the option A, and we scrambled around. We still had the relatives in California,
Okay.
so and California known to be more liberal state, so maybe they will let me into school. So we moved back, and I started off with going to community college in California, LA, and then moving up from there.
Yeah, this was under Obama's presidency
Yeah.
during 2015. Okay.
I think he was like trying to, cause he's a liberal, and like he was trying to provide for like the undocumented immigrants, but not all the policies have like fallen through. I was actually in the process of applying for the
Dream
deferred,
Act?
not the Dream Act, but was it DACA? It's like deferred.
DACA. Oh, yeah.
Deferred
DACA.
deportation or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the exact acronym of it. It's for kids that were like in the States for like a long time. For
Deferred
them to,
action for childhood arrivals.
so deferring their deportation kind of thing, giving them like temporary, status, I guess.
Yeah, but it didn't work out.
Well, at the end it didn't work out, but at the time we were still in the process of it. So that didn't really do anything for me going to school in Georgia.
I see.
You were able to stay long enough to finish university.
Yeah, but not because of that. Not because that got through, just because I was sneaking under the law and just going. Because in California, you don't need legal status to go to school. So
Okay.
school was
see.
expensive though.
Yeah.
Especially you were probably considered out of state.
Yeah, I'm considered out of state, so that was rough.
Goodness, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
Wow.
shout out to my fam for
Supporting.
supporting me through school.
Oh gosh. As someone who's also lived that similar life but different, because I did have like a student visa and a work visa.
Yeah.
That was still very exhausting for me mentally, but I can't imagine what that was for you, where that this country is trying to actively take you out.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that kind of stress?
Well, I think if they were trying harder, then they would have definitely kicked me out. So I don't think they were trying hard enough, per se.
Yeah.
And I think the burden was more so on my family than myself. I'm just going through school. They're the ones, figuring out the finances, and
I
like
see.
seeing if I can actually stay here or not, that kind of stuff. So yeah, not much stress on me. And I think the moving from Georgia to California, making that decision was all the stress, and then everything else kind of like flowed from there. Because in California, at the least, they're not really trying to like do anything against you.
I see. Wow.
So tell us a little bit about your university experience. What did you end up studying? Tell the listening audience.
So yeah, my first major was architecture, and the reason why I got into it was because since I was a kid, I actually really enjoyed art. I like drawing and that kind of stuff. That's what I would have wanted to do. Around the time middle school and high school hit, though, I wasn't sure about like the financial stability of pursuing those careers and thinking about what career I'll end up doing. I ended up getting put into an architecture class in my high school. They had that for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Well, no, they removed it now, but I think they had it for like
Limited edition.
I think they had that class for like 2 years and then the teacher got fired or something. But anyway, but that's like I don't think that's this podcast episode. But yeah, so I was put into that class and I thought, okay, this is artsy and it's a stable career option, it seems. So this is a career I chose to like pursue. Well, I was hoping in Georgia, but we know how that happened.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to do this in California, in LA. Eventually was able to go into like a four-year university, Cal Poly Pomona. They have a very nice architecture program and nice facilities as well. So I got in there, and this is around my third year of architecture though. I'm starting to like realize like this is not for me. I'm like not loving the extra hours in the studio. Architecture is a lot of work. I have a lot of, even to this day I have a lot of respect for architects because they actually push through, and I didn't push through. I dropped out of that. Yeah. So how about I just do art? I actually didn't think about going to college at that point. Because like, okay, what if I just like, draw some stuff, prepare a portfolio and then like try to go that route. I'm on my call my mom. I don't like architecture anymore. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I should do art, this and that, all that. My mom's like, well, you already did so much. Why don't you just finish school? Because it's only 2 more years, but still, like, I'm thinking about all these things. Like, why do I go to school for this? But I ended up going to school, and so I went back to community college, try to get some extra credits for like the art degree, and then I was able to go into a different school because my previous school, Cal Poly Pomona, doesn't have it's not an art school, so it's not, or like it's more like engineering and architecture kind of school, so didn't have that. So got into community college, and then now I'm accepted into another school to transfer, Cal State Long Beach, so that's where I got my degree. Yay!
But Andy, tell us what kind of art, because art itself is very broad too.
So this is the program they had different like art programs. The one I decided to do was it's called studio art, where they just let you do all these different disciplines. It's not like targeted towards one area. And they actually had the options of like a BFA for like illustration, BFA for like. They had all these disciplines, but then that was an extra year. So I was like, well, I don't like going to school anyway.
Just want the degree.
I just wanted the degree, so I just went the short. The reason why I chose the studio art was because like it's the shortest one. So that's how that happened.
We have already interviewed the pastor of our church, and we all go to the same church. So you happened to meet Pastor Jiwon.
Yes.
When you were living with your relatives in downtown Koreatown.
Yeah, it's the Koreatown, yeah.
In LA.
Yes. At the time that I was first in Koreatown, the church was actually renting out a school space for the church. They didn't have their own building at the time. And that's when I first met our good old Pastor Jiwon there. Yeah. When I first started going to the church. And at the time he was a pastor for the junior high ministry, and I was actually a volunteer for the high school ministry. So we weren't in the same ministry just yet, but I went to one of the early morning prayers with the high school pastor, and that's where we first met, because like I needed a ride home and the pastor couldn't take me home yet.
That's a meet cute. That's how you met Pastor Jiwon. Yeah. Okay.
The first meeting was that early prayer. I think we were eating like kukbap or something.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
After the prayer meeting or some, I don't even remember why I went to the 새벽 기도, but
the Holy Spirit.
You were just being a good college volunteer.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. I think it was just like nothing.
Wow.
Oh, I'm just gonna rewind. Where were you born in Korea?
I was born in. Man, I don't remember the exact city, but I grew up in Ilsan though.
Oh.
So where I currently live, yeah.
Oh.
So
you've literally come full circle.
My relatives in Korea, like they've been in Ilsan their whole life. So.
Okay. Yeah. So Ilsan is a city north of Seoul.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a quite developed city, but it's not like not as much as Seoul, but like it's still a city.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's definitely developed.
Yeah.
It's like suburby.
Yeah. More than suburby. Yeah.
When I spent my first month in Korea in 1996, it was not as nice.
I heard.
Yeah, and they didn't
Yeah.
have subways to get to the city, so you had to take a local bus in.
That's the
the
Yunsan I
city.
grew up in, probably.
Oh,
yeah,
until you're
yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see.
I was there in 96. Were you there in 96? Wait, you weren't even born in 96.
Yeah, but I was born a
Oh
year
my
after.
gosh.
Yeah, I was born a year after. And,
Oh, okay.
But Adam wasn't there.
96, 97, same numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
funny.
funny.
Same thing.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that's cool. So you went and you finished out your art degree.
Yeah. I think we have to rewind a little bit because, with the pandemic hit around that time, actually. I was going into my last year of university.
Oh.
And then I finished school. And then a year after I left, coming to Korea.
Oh, wow.
Was that always the plan to come back to Korea or?
So after I finished university, I was actually trying to see if I can, get a job in the States, get like sponsorship, that kind of stuff. But that's really hard.
Yeah.
You gotta be like extremely qualified. I mean, I guess I was like kind of qualified, but not like extremely qualified.
You're going up against candidates that they don't have to go through that whole process of doing.
Yeah.
So it would be tough for them to justify going through that process.
But I mean, if I was that good, they probably would have. But I guess I wasn't that good, which is on me at the end of the day.
No, as a recent grad, like how, what can you do?
And you live in SoCal where it's like super competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give them the benefit of that. But anyway, that was that. So I did try that for a little bit. I was working part-time at a Korean PC방. But not the PCbangs you think of in Korea. It's much more of a newer concept and it's much more run down and like older systems.
I see.
So it's like, try to introduce PCbang to an American
Audience.
I
see.
Yeah, just to like,
Yeah.
get rent, get by, that kind of stuff.
And DACA wasn't working out either.
DACA wasn't working out, no. I think around that time it was like, it just got denied or something. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's so hard.
So when did you realize that your only choice was to come back to the motherland? Like, what was that process? And was it something that you're like, okay, I guess I have no choice? Or what kind of process was that for you?
As a Korean national, the military service I would have to eventually serve. And they actually had a deadline. If you weren't in school or doing anything of that sort, you can only stay abroad until your age of 24. Otherwise, you would have to.
I didn't know that.
Otherwise, you would have to come back. You can apply for a 6-month deferment. So 24 years and 6 months or something like that. But then you also have to come back to Korea. And I just saw that as like a sign of, okay, I can try to struggle in America where this may or may not work out and be a fugitive of Korea as someone who's avoided military service. Or I can be a proud citizen of Korea,
Yeah.
serve the country in whatever way they asked me to and come back to Korea. So I chose Korea at the end of the day.
You chose wisely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have this episode.
Yeah.
He'd be on the wanted list.
And that's the only reason why. No. But wow.
Wow.
And Andy, this has like all been not
Pretty
even
recent.
that. Yeah, it's not even been like, oh, that was happened years down the road. Because this happened during the pandemic.
Yes.
And so probably in the year 2021, 22.
Yeah, 21.
21,
21 is
headed
like
back?
where I finished college, and the 22 is when I came back to
Okay.
Korea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the reason why I stayed the extra year is because around that time I was, still doing ministry at church, and I was serving in the high school ministry, and I was in charge of senior kids. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll stay for 1 year to see them off.
Oh.
I graduate.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So, it's really endearing.
It was nice for me too. So give me an excuse of an extra year in the States.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So now, chapter 2,
Yeah.
Korean Army.
Korean Army. I actually applied for this program called the KATUSA, which is stands for Korean Augmentation to the United States Army, which allows a Korean national to complete their mandatory military service with the U.S. Army instead of the typical Korean Army.
Wow.
And it's a lottery system. So how it is you first have to take a English proficiency test. No problem, because me.
Thank goodness.
This candidate just was amazing at this English test.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like, is it the army conducts their own test, or you go take a test?
You just take a test. So I just took a TOEIC.
Oh, I see.
And then I just submit that.
I see.
But if it was that easy, right? After that, it's just a lottery.
Oh.
So they don't pick the best candidates. Like they don't pick the.
They want to be judicious, I guess.
I hate lotteries.
So what happened was earlier on when they were doing it, like whoever the best English speaker gets to go. They just realized that the U.S. Army is taking all of their smart people away. So they made it into a lottery system.
Oh, that's the reason why.
I
Okay.
see.
Okay, that
We don't-
kind of makes sense then.
Yeah. Also, for fairness, I guess.
Yeah. Wait. Can we reel it back?
Yeah, reel it
How
back.
did you know about Katusa?
My family told me about it.
Oh, so they were
In
aware.
Korea is very it's something everyone knows.
Oh,
of.
really?
It's
Okay.
like because if you get into this Katusa, it's like they know you're gonna be fine.
Oh.
There's like prejudice. Well, there's like people that look Korean Army as like a dangerous experience, or like might get bullied, or like very bad things about Korean Army. But like if you get into Katusa, they know you'll be fine. That kind of thing.
But you did have to go through the boot camp with the Korean umbrella, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And how long is that?
The boot camp, the first boot camp is 5 weeks, which is the same as what every other Korean would go through.
Also, everyone has to do the same 5-week
Yeah,
program.
same like 5-week
Okay.
program. Rewinding back, so you can only apply for the Katusa program once, and if you don't get in, then that's just it. You don't get to apply again.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so it's a very big deal
I
in the sense of like if you get in, it's a big deal, and it's not like if you don't get in, you can try. There's next year. There is no next year. You just have to go through.
They just
Yeah.
randomly
Go with
put
all
you
the
in
rest of
something.
them.
Well, I mean, you can also apply for like other Korean Army like positions, but
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
for Katusa, yeah, it's just one time and you're just done.
This is so interesting. It's like college. Like
Yeah,
you're putting.
And you
Your
you
application.
just were
it's
the hand of God and
Yeah,
His
hand of God.
providence upon you
Amen.
was just really evident in
because
that way.
statistics say less than 10% of the applicants get into this.
Wow, because it's so competitive.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my limited experience with the Korean Army, but Army people are everywhere. Like
Yeah.
my coworkers back at my edtech company, 3 of them were serving their duty in the company, but they would just have a longer duration. Cause it's like a year
yeah.
a year and 8 months, right?
Now it's a year and 6 months, so 18 months.
18 months, but my coworkers had to stay for 3 years.
Oh, I guess
And
that's
they would
But
part-
do it
yeah.
part time.
It's,
No, that's their Army duty. Like coding and like helping local businesses is their Army duty.
was it part of like their company program, or was it just like the type of service that they got?
Or I think they applied specifically to do this kind of hybrid model. So
Okay.
they would have a salary, they would get like work experience on their resume. I think the only bad thing about it is that it's 3 years and that they also have to go to that training, like the boot camps.
Okay.
They're not exempt from that thing,
Yeah.
but otherwise it's like
because
pretty nice.
usually
That's
because
nice.
usually those kind of things, what happens is like first before you enlist in the army, you have to take a physical and determine whether you're suitable for active duty or you could do some sort of supplementary duty.
Oh, like 공익.
Yeah,
That's what 공익 is. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
you-
공익, right?
Sounds like you don't want to do well on the physical.
No, you don't. You want to you want to seem not healthy in the physical.
But most
really?
men that are 18 are healthy.
No, that's not really the issue. It's like the standard for not healthy is like because like there's even cases in the past I looked into this where people actually harm themselves intentionally,
Oh my gosh.
or like maybe like take a tooth out or like
Oh, that celebrity.
oh yeah.
He pulled 8 teeth or something to avoid the army.
What would have pulling 8 teeth have to do with not serving the army? That doesn't even make sense. They can just put the new teeth in.
I don't know.
That's weird.
But he got majorly canceled.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because he tried to avoid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Andy, being the upstanding Korean citizen, doing his civic duty.
Well, I got into Katusa, so I had no problem.
That's awesome.
So you got into this program that's super competitive. What do you do in Katusa?
First, we gotta shave our heads before we go in.
Really?
Everyone does.
Yeah.
It's like the rite of passage.
So
I never understood why.
it's like uniformity.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And probably to like humble you and to show it's like
oh my gosh.
a physical manifestation of your commitment. I feel like that's part of it.
So everyone gets a buzz cut.
I see.
So I got mine cut by my. So we actually went on like a family trip before my enlistment. My mom and my brother. It's funny because now we're all in Korea. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reunited.
It's like my brother came, my
back.
mom came, and I'm here. So
Yeah.
we went on like a family trip before my enlistment, and on that family trip, my brother took out his razor, and it was like, okay, let's do this.
I was gonna ask if he like helped calm your nerves about the army, but he was just like, let me shave this kid.
Yeah, he's like, all right, it's your turn to go to the army. I already did it.
Suffer just as much as I did.
I mean, he did the normal army, so I mean, I think he was his 2 years. So
That back
yeah,
then.
back
yeah.
then, 2 years.
Okay.
So he had no empathy for you.
I don't think he should have. I think it's weird, cause like it's like I know my privilege. Like I know I was privileged, so it's I can't say anything about that.
I see. I see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think my brother shaved one half and my mom shaved the other
Oh
half.
my god.
Cause I think it was gonna be my brother shaving the whole thing, but I think it would have been touching for my mom to have a hand, like a very special, like cause it only happens once.
Oh, I
It's
see. I
like
see.
one moment, and then now I get dropped off at the boot camp.
Where was the boot camp at? Was it down south?
So there's multiple boot camps, but for the Katusa program, and like depending on like your region or like where you get stationed, you get into different locations. I was assigned to Donsan, which is way down. Well, not way down, but like pretty down in the middle of nowhere. It's like the bigger boot camp they have.
Okay.
So that's where I spent my first 5 weeks. It's funny because I mentioned that when I was in the States, like I didn't feel like I quite belonged with the American kids especially while I was in Georgia. I felt more aligned with the Korean American kids at church and like elsewhere. But now that I'm in Korea, where I don't quite know as much Korean as I thought I did. I was conversationally fluent because I spoke Korean at home,
Yeah.
but that's all the Korean I learned. Like I didn't like learn necessarily like how to write or how to read, apart from like everything up until first grade while I was still in Korea. My Korean is educationally first grade level.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
but conversationally a little more because I have more practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going into the army, I'm just like focused very hard, trying not to mess up the instructions.
Oh.
It just kind of becomes, but the nice thing is it becomes a monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. You just kind of do what everyone else is doing, and then even if you don't know, like understand, because military sometimes they have their own military terms,
Yeah. Yeah.
like military calls.
So it's not words that you normally would hear.
More words that I normally would hear. But if you grew up in Korea, you can kind of guess what they mean.
Yeah.
Because like the different words and that kind of stuff. But for me, I would not have a clue what those words mean. So I just paying attention to my surroundings. I remember I actually got yelled at in less than an hour because I was like not paying attention or something. But like,
Gosh.
it's like,
Sorry. So, two people I grew up with actually were told to leave the army because their language skills were so lacking.
oh really?
And they were like, you need to go and like live in Korea for 6 months
Oh my
and like
goodness
practice
gracious.
Korean before you can come back.
Oh.
So the fact that you were still able to stay there like is impressive.
Okay.
I gotta thank my mama for keeping me conversationally fluent at the least.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Because I can talk, and I can like say I can tell them that like my Korean isn't as good, and they were actually understanding of it too.
Okay. That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, my drill instructor, like our company commander, was actually pretty nice about it. So Yeah, they were chill people. And also because they knew we were going into Katusa too.
Oh, so there were a couple of you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for Katusa, they actually get put into like the same unit.
Oh, okay.
So they know like they're all getting sent off
So
later.
all of you at that particular training camp,
Yes.
boot camp, were the
Yeah.
Kutusa.
Well, at least everyone in our company. I'm not sure about like everyone in the military base altogether.
So you
but-
guys were able to speak English with each other at times, or did they not want you to?
So you think they'd be good at English?
Well-
Some of them were.
What?
Oh.
Did they pass the English test?
You gotta remember, Koreans are very good at taking tests.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And
Rote memorization.
Yeah.
and we had some like kids that were actually, they had like experiences abroad, so they could speak English fluently. But most of them were, like grew up in Korea, and they like their main language is Korean. So even if I could speak English to them, they would still prefer Korean. And I think just for like everyone else too, we just all
Yeah.
speak
Just
Korean.
speak
Yeah.
Korean.
Wait,
Okay.
so question. Can you get fired from Kutusa because you're not good at speaking English?
I don't think so. I mean, there you can get fired, but not for that reason.
Oh, so they'll so there are roles where you don't have to speak English.
At least in the boot camp. I mean, we'll get to like the later
Oh,
parts.
okay,
of
sorry.
No, we'll get because like I have to see. At least for the boot camp, it's like the English is not important,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Oh, can I ask another question? I'm very interested in,
Oh.
in the Korean
No.
Army. Did you train before going to boot camp,
So that you could do well.
or like not drown or like not die?
I mean, I was like not like unfit. I was somewhat fit.
And you knew jujitsu even before you went into the army, right?
I did. I have a relative, well, my relative's husband who runs a jiu-jitsu dojo in California.
Okay.
And I got to partake in the classes and help him out here and there. So,
And you're pretty like naturally fit looking
oh,
guy.
well, I mean, this is not the
Andy that used to be.
Andy that I used to be. Well, maybe it was. Actually, I mean, I don't know much, but I actually put on a lot more weight while I was in Korea before I enlisted.
Aw.
Yeah. Because, I was,
Eating well.
I was having a good time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was with my grandma,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She'll make you eat a
should be
lot.
like
Yeah.
She'll make you
eat more.
I just ate and ate, and I wasn't doing jiu-jitsu too, so.
Oh, okay.
Wow. If I were in your position, I think I would train
Really?
because I'd be really scared about.
Like what kind of rigors it's gonna be? Like you don't want to throw up every night
Yeah, or like you don't
so-
want to be left behind
Yeah.
in the mountains.
My mindset, regardless of my performance, like it's just gonna pass by. It's not like because I did well, I'm gonna get like more merits or anything. And it's not because I did bad that like I'm gonna get dropped out of the program or anything. Like whether I do well or not, I'm still gonna get through this boot camp, and I'm gonna be put into like the rest of my military service.
the. Okay.
So I didn't really worry much about my performance.
I see.
Or maybe like my knowing my physical limits, I wasn't too worried anyway.
Oh, okay.
Also, you gotta remember, I'm not competing with some like fit
You're with all the
bodybuilders.
Katusa
I'm with the other bookworms.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like 해병대.
There
where-
isn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
There's
not
like
like,
a-
yeah,
There
because
isn't.
those
any-
guys actually like volunteered to do that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
they
they're-
want
yeah.
to do the
Yeah.
specialty forces.
yeah,
And
yeah.
those actually have like physical like qualifications.
Yeah.
That
to-
makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Katusa, no, you just gotta be good at English test
Okay.
and be lucky.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you survived boot camp.
So about boot camp. So boot camp was actually more mentally challenging than physically challenging. I think physically challenging, you just kind of know your limits and just like, well, this is my physical limits. But mental limits, the first day, being in the same room with 14 other guys and not a bed, just a heated floor.
Oh,
thing.
I see.
Yeah. And every night you just pull out like a mattress thingy and then just try to sleep. There's some snorers, but other things. Honestly, I can make a whole whole episode about
That does
just
not
the
sound
boot
fun.
camp experience,
I
but
see.
Okay.
there's so
I
much.
see.
The good thing is that it bonds you.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
galvanizes everyone
Yeah,
together because
yeah.
you're all
Yeah.
going through the struggle at
You're
the
all
same time.
suffering together.
I remember the first time we went in, we actually didn't talk. Like no one said anything for like 2 hours while we were in that room. Like no one said anything because like we were just like,
Wow.
this is real life now.
Yeah,
Like
everyone's
we're in the
kind
army
of,
now. Yeah, we're all kind
I
of
see.
shocked. Like we got escorted into our room. We're just there until like the first day we didn't train or anything.
Oh.
We just got to like
Just unpack.
like
get
a
settled.
orientation kind of thing,
I
and then
see.
unpack. Well, there's not really much to pack because
Yeah.
they actually took your stuff away too.
Uh-huh.
But and then we're all just like rubbing our heads because shaving.
So one thing that I don't think you made super clear, although they could deduce it, is that you went into the army pretty late
I did
compared
I,
to most of your peers.
So most Koreans go into the army after their first year of college, and they do that because if they went in right after high school, then getting into college might be difficult
That makes
because
sense.
like they wouldn't have been adjusted into doing the school stuff after the army, but also doing it too late would also hinder with job prospects later on too. So they mostly do it on after the first year of college. But I mean, they can choose like second year or like
Yeah.
Some actually do it after high school too. So
Yeah.
you can choose. But I went in. Well, I did college for 6 years, so y'all can do the math. After how long? Well, when I went into the army, pretty late compared to most typical Koreans.
I see.
So I was actually the oldest guy in my unit at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was.
Was that okay?
I think being older is better than being younger.
Oh.
Because if you're younger, you can get picked on. But if you're older, then even though military is like its own hierarchy system, and they actually just try to disregard age as much as they can. They especially if you're like fresh into the army, just like the rest of the guys there. It's like they kind of look you as like they're young, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see. I see.
It's much difficult to like pick on someone older than you, even in kunde.
Oh.
Especially if you're 4 or 5 years older than said person. That's probably because of the hierarchy, pecking order already growing up and the whole honor shame. It's kind of awkward for a 19-year-old to try to pick on a 25-year-old. It'd be odd for them.
Yeah.
It's actually a 20-year-old picking on a 25-year-old, but
Yeah,
that's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of, even though it was obviously not your first choice in life to go back to Korea and do this, at least it wasn't too much of a disadvantage.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was actually an advantage. If you're a Korean national having to go into Korean army, thinking about when to go earlier or later, I'd say later is
Oh, really?
Yeah, better
Interesting. Okay.
for mental sanity at least.
Mental sanity.
Okay.
Okay.
So the benefits of being a Katusa and working in the U.S. Army base is that, of course, you abide some of the Korean Army rules, but you also abide by the U.S. Army rules as well, or the benefits, as we will say.
Okay.
And some of those benefits are, well, the main benefit is being able to leave the base on the weekends.
Ooh.
That's why Andy was able to be an integral part of ARC for the most part.
Oh.
So when we found out that I was into this Katusa program,
Yeah.
our pastor was very excited, to say the least. I mean, of course, I was excited. My family was very excited.
Yeah.
Well, my family was more excited than I was because I didn't really know much about it at the time. But I'm just remembering my first day out of boot camp. The Korean Army boot camp is 5 weeks, but there's actually another boot camp with the U.S. Army for 3 extra weeks.
Oh God.
Oh, and you had to do that too.
Yes. So,
well, that's a small price to pay.
For
to have
weekends
the
off.
weekends off.
Yeah.
So the 3 weeks is now to learn the U.S. Army terminology
Okay.
and also keep up with the physical.
Okay.
Yeah. Because in the Korean Army, you just run, you do push-ups, sit-ups, and that's your physical. But U.S. Army is like more weights and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
It's different kind of training.
Wait,
And-
which
Yeah.
base?
So I was stationed. Well, the boot camp is all takes place at the Pyeongtaek base.
Okay.
In headquarters.
Yeah.
And then after the 3 weeks, you can get dispatched. You can get stationed up, down, or wherever. But I got stationed in Pyeongtaek, so I didn't have to go anywhere.
Oh,
there.
Pyeongtaek's not bad.
Yeah.
No, Pyeongtaek's probably the best you can get.
Yeah. It's newer, right?
It's newer, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the headquarters used to be in Yongsan, but then they moved that down.
Yeah, and then they have a lot of the westernized stores and restaurants and grocery stores there because it's got the biggest choices.
Yeah. Because families live there too.
That's true, but it's like mall food court food.
Yeah. I mean, they have
But for people really wanting westernized food,
They like
it's
it.
really nice to have.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, even for me, like you get tired after a couple days.
Yeah, no, we would go on base for like soccer competitions in high school. We would go against the base schools. And I remember being crazy about Taco Bell because Taco Bell wasn't in Korea. But then now that I think about it, there's not that many other options. So if you're on base 5 days a week, you'll get sick of the food.
You just end up eating the
mess hall food.
Yeah, the mess hall food.
Yeah.
Mess hall food, defact. That's what they call it too. I think the mess hall is the older term.
But with you or with the Pyeongtaek U.S. Army, so were you eating the westernized food?
Yeah, I was eating their food.
Like what do they eat? Chicken breast?
Yeah, chicken breast, or like they have like Taco Tuesdays or.
Oh, Taco Tuesdays. Lasagna.
I don't know what your perception of like military food is. It's not prison food. It's not like glamorous food either.
I see.
It's just like it's more nutrients than
okay.
like more protein.
Okay.
I think that way.
So when you were bunking in living quarters, you were with westernized soldiers.
Oh, so bunking. Well, we were in the same complex. We call it barracks, but it's more like a dormitory.
Yeah.
In the U.S. Army. So one of the other nice perk about the U.S. Army is that you get your own bedroom.
Oh.
Compared to like if you were in
nice.
if you were in the
That is
Korean
really
Army,
nice.
you have to be in the same room with like 5-6 other guys.
Yeah.
But U.S. Army, you get 2 bedrooms and like that shares a kitchen, like a restroom.
So what was your role in Katusa?
My role was a patient admin specialist at a military hospital.
Oh.
That sounds super fancy, but I was actually working at a call center for the military hospital.
Yeah, a patient admin. So you're doing the admin part, which is like the call center or like the filing.
Not
part.
the charting part.
Yeah. So, there's roles for that too, but
Okay.
that's admin as well. There's 3 different factions I guess you can go into, be stationed for. One would be like infantry, and that would be like your actually like training.
Wow.
Another one, like a main one, would be it could be a military police, where more like security, but not quite as intense as like the infantry. And most of us would actually be placed in admin roles because we're not like at wartime. Well, Korea's at
technically are at war, but
Pyeongtaek is like it's away from the war zone. Essentially.
Not the DMZ. Yeah.
And there's a lot more admin work to be done rather than
I see.
like actual infantry work. So yeah, most of us would be put into admin work, and I got put into a call center, just taking phone calls, helping families there make their medical appointments.
Okay. Wow.
It doesn't seem it sounds
boring.
Yeah.
I mean, like, would you rather do that or be rolling in the dirt in the sun?
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Roll in the dirt.
Yeah.
You did the call center for the whole year and a half. I mean, after the
boot camp. So
boot camps.
Year and 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
But we would actually, because that's not the whole military service. Our unit will sometimes have field trainings that we have to take part in.
Oh, okay.
To stay
alert. Yeah.
Alert. Yeah.
Be ready for
Okay.
like if we were to deploy into war, like because I was part of the field hospital unit, the military hospital.
Oh.
So our job will be like setting up tents so like we can act as like a hospital in like the war zone.
Wow.
Like.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that you guys were doing some drills on that back in the day.
Yeah. So yeah, the big thing is just setting up the tents and then acting out different scenarios where like an injured soldier, we have to bring them in, get them where they need to go, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did some military stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
More than what we did.
I mean, as in like I say admin work, and like people will be like, you didn't go to the army. No, I did some
yeah.
army stuff.
You served your civic duty,
Yeah.
like, and you didn't run from your responsibility. You could have
Yeah.
tried to stay hiding in America, but you chose to come back.
And then you have to keep going until you're 30 something, right?
So it's funny you bring up. Yeah, I do, and I actually have it lined up next month.
Oh.
And it's like 4 days or something.
So
3-4 days.
so all the workplaces all understand that the men have to go and serve their country for that period.
So
of
they
time.
actually,
Okay.
Wait, what's it called again?
예비군.
예비군. Reserve?
Yeah, reserve
Reserve.
training, reservist training, something like that. Yeah.
Well, I know like in the States that's usually reservist training is on the weekend. Do they do that on the weekend in Korea? Because I've never seen you miss much weekends.
They do weekends for people that can't do during the week, like for special reasons. But work wouldn't be one of those because you can usually just have work days off.
Okay, cool.
For the training.
Okay.
But yeah, I got my dates. Well, I got my dates initially, but I didn't like those dates, so I changed to a different base, and that allowed me to change the dates. So.
Are you getting in shape for this? Do they do any type of physical rigors or?
I hear the 예비군, the reservist, is very lax because like everyone's just there to get it through.
Oh, so this is your first one.
This is my first one, and how I understand it is like they know we don't care about this.
Everyone's just doing it out of obligation. Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, like I'll be able to tell. Well, by the time this podcast comes out, like, I'll be going through it already. But
yeah.
And how often do you have to go?
It's once a year.
Once a year? Yeah.
Until
it's not that bad.
I think it's like 6 times.
Oh, that's not that bad at all.
Oh,
I think it's 4 times for like 3-4 days, and then the 5 and 6 time you go would be like just 1 day. I think
that's not too bad.
I don't know the exact. I don't think I'm exactly correct. So
I see.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear your fatigues that day?
Oh yeah, I have to wear my uniform that day.
What if you outgrow it?
Yeah. What if you have to get it tailored?
I think
probably.
So what happens is you have to, if you're really outgrown it, you have to get a rental. But most people, they just wear the tight or the loose.
Or they can always just go to seamstress and they can tailor it, dry cleaners.
I see.
Well, if you're outgrown it,
that's
it's
true.
difficult.
Then yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not like putting too much weight on.
Oh
no, the thing is when I got my uniform, I was actually overweight, so I actually lost weight since then. So I don't think I'll ever outgrow my uniform, so that's good.
Okay.
I also have a U.S. Army uniform that my
so at times you got to wear a U.S. Army.
Well, I got to.
It's interesting that they even gave you one.
I wore my U.S. Army uniform while I was in the U.S. Army base.
Oh, they didn't want you wearing a contradictory uniform, even though we're allies. That's weird.
No, I mean, because like I'm working as on base for the U.S. Army, so they wanted us to wear.
That's so strange, though, that even though you're a Korean citizen, they were fine with you wearing U.S. fatigues.
No, that was just the custom.
Oh, that's weird. That's
so
weird.
So the Katusas, we all wear U.S. Army uniform.
Oh, okay.
And well, on the day of just a week of our discharge, they make us wear our Korean Army uniform just to remind us. Yeah, you guys are Korean Army, by the way.
Well, that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get to vicariously hear about Army life without ever doing it, so that's kind of cool to get some insider information. Yeah, that was fun. Well, we're glad that I'm sure leaving the States, going back to Korea, knowing that you're going to do that, I'm sure there was a lot of little bit of apprehension, but it sounds like you went through a pretty good case scenario for it. So we're happy for you.
I made some good friends, and I think it helped me get used to Korea as well.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
That's a good segue into just getting used to Korea. Because it sounds like these days, after finishing your army, update us, you were able to, from this point on, tell us a little bit about what happened after the army.
So after the army, going back to my interest in art, I was trying to get a job in maybe a game company, like doing like character design. I had like my portfolio already and like job application ready and all that. That didn't go too well earlier on. It was difficult. I mean, like had some job interviews here and there, but like in the end, like either they didn't want me or like I didn't want them, that kind of stuff, for multiple different reasons. And then I couldn't do this for like the rest of my life, just bouncing back and forth. So I started to look more in different options as well. Well, maybe temporarily. So I tried to find a job where I could use my English a little more, because I, pretty fluent in English, but I can also speak Korean to a certain extent. I ended up finding this job. It's like kind of like a call center-ish for Samsung Cloud Services. It was one of the jobs that just kind of came up, and then I went into the job interview, and I didn't really get to like choose whether I wanted to take the job or not. They didn't ask. They just like, okay, you can come in for the training periods this day, this day, this day, this day.
Free pass.
Yeah, it's like 합격, and then like usually they say like, will you take this job or not, right? No, this is like. Okay.
Show up this day.
Just show up, yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just do this one for now.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, and it was nice because like I was more familiar with like the call center vibes already, like, from my military service.
Yeah.
So
And did you share that with them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I don't know if that I don't know if that's necessarily why, because I don't feel like doing the job now. I don't feel like that's something that necessarily needed.
I see.
Doing the job. But it definitely helped.
Okay.
Like I have a call center voice,
Yeah.
I have like this is not the voice, by the way. Like like the very soft tone voice like you hear on like on phones.
I've only heard women.
Because you're doing in a way you're helping answer questions.
So the job I'm doing is where I'm in the international department for the cloud services for Samsung. So either people that speak English in Korea or like people outside of Korea have any tech issues, they'll call us or like send us an email, and then we'll take care of it.
Oh, so sometimes it's on phone calls, sometimes it's just via chatting or texting.
It's mostly through online,
Okay.
which is nice.
Yeah.
I only take like 2-3 calls a day. Yeah, so the job is very chill.
That's nice.
Nice.
For a Korean company, is very nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So have you found, now that you are adulting in Korea, have you found any difficulties just moving past you did your obligatory service in the military. Now, what are some of the difficulties adulting in Ilsan, like the outer skirts of Seoul?
Yeah.
The difficulty is very minor. It's just like learning all the technical stuff, taxes and like finances and like the legal stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to navigate those kind of things.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better at the Korean though. So that's very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, compared to me 2-3 years ago, where I didn't know anything. And also, I think Korea does a very good job of like streamlining everything. It's like a couple press of buttons and you're just kind of done.
I don't know how this works in adulting in Korea in the sense of having a job, but when you guys Hannah had a position in Korea as well, do they give you like a 401k program through your company? Because most larger companies in America, that's the benefit of working for a larger company, because they'll give you a 401k. So like if you invest in that company, they'll match. If you invest 5%, they'll match that 5% with like 3
for
or 4%.
retirement, right?
Yeah. Do Korean companies do that? Do they give you stock options? All those different.
It's not quite like that. They have their own thing, but it's not like 401k.
It's because Korea has national health insurance and social security. They will contribute to those things on your behalf, but they don't do a matching system like 401k.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, in the States, Social Security, everyone always prognosticates every time that it's going to run out. I wonder how that's like in Korea.
Yeah.
Like,
ours is running out too, right?
I don't know. We just got a new president.
But like already our birth rate is way lower than the retirees.
The fear of being able to support the older generation is
the ratio is already off.
Yeah, it's
so
already
we
off.
already know we're gonna run out at some point.
Yeah, that's why
It's
we
not
need
looking
to
good.
have you young people bear children so that I can be supported.
Adding to the difficulty living in Korea, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not as many people are open-minded.
I think for like
Not-
for a late gen, I mean for one of the early Gen Zs that came into right after the millennials and being a millennial, I feel like that there is a challenge with, because when I grew up, the idea of owning a house was very viable, and I did purchase my first home. And so in Korea, the idea of even purchasing a home is just like, that's not even a pipe dream anymore.
No,
It's like that's
it's not
possible.
realistic.
Yeah.
Well, depends. So I know married couples have a higher chance of making it into a certain lottery.
Oh, the lottery system.
Oh, yeah.
And then they give you some discounts to purchase that
Yeah,
home.
yeah. But I mean, who's getting married right now?
Yeah.
And then I know if you make under a certain amount, the government supports you, but that amount is really, really low.
Oh, yeah. It's
most
not
people
enough
make
for
more.
the income that you actually make
Yeah,
annually.
yeah. So
So we're not worried about trying to buy a house. We're worried about trying to get by.
You're just trying to survive.
Yeah. So, like,
interesting.
people commuting like 2 hours one way is very common because they can't afford
they
rent
can't,
in Seoul.
And then they can't find a job in the district that they're living in.
Yeah,
Well, the district they're living in, they wouldn't pay as much either, too. So.
that's true.
So, for example, you have to commute into Seoul for your job.
What's your commute?
I coming from Ilsan to Seoul. So
Like, well, what's the time?
the time is about an hour. Because
So
I
2
go
hours
to,
of your life.
I go to
here.
Yeongdeungpo though, so it's like much closer to Ilsan than other parts of Seoul.
Yeah, that's true. Relatively,
Yeah.
but still.
But
that's
at
still 2
least you're
hours.
not. At least you're not driving, which is a big difference. If driving
Yeah.
1 hour, I mean 2 hours a day, is taxing on you,
Yeah.
especially in LA.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's funny
driving
because
in
like
LA.
the public transit would take almost just as long as just driving usually in Korea or
Yeah.
in the city,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Have you? I mean, you probably don't want to pay the extra, but don't you? Can't you take the new GTX
It's
from
not
Ilsan?
it's not efficient for me because like I would have to take
Go to a different station to get there.
the different station to get to the station with the
GTX.
GTX, and then to take the GTS Seoul, but then
That makes sense.
take another.
If you happen to live near that GTX station, then it would totally might be worth it.
I think it depends also where I'm going to, because like my workplace is not near the GTX, so
Yeah,
see,
so
I
yeah,
see.
there's a lot
really
of
no point,
lot
yeah.
of things to
Ah.
consider.
but it is fast.
It is.
Yeah,
we were on it.
Yeah, we rode the GTX.
We went to Dongtan,
Oh,
Yeah.
and we were surprised at how quick we could
Yeah.
go to Suso.
I just remember hearing, because I've been in Korea for almost 7 years. There were like down the pipeline, like, oh, they're gonna build this thing called GTX, and I'm like, man, that's gonna be so crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting that it's happening. Like Ilsan, and then eventually the GTX to Incheon will be really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. We talked about the difficulties. What do you want to ask? The last question.
Our last question. Let's end on a positive note.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're pretty much a very positive guy. But what are some joys of living in Korea now that you're more local and you're not in the army anymore?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure necessarily if I'm the positive guy. I think Korea is for, there's benefits.
Yeah,
Again, well,
definitely.
going back to the public transit, it's very nice not having to drive around. I personally do not like driving.
Oh.
Not to.
I didn't get to drive in Georgia because like I couldn't get a license there.
Oh.
They didn't let you get a license if you didn't have.
Status.
Really?
There's only a few states that allow you to.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So but I did drive around in California, LA, and LA is not very good.
To be a
LA's
first time
scary.
driver in LA,
Yeah.
that's
Scary.
that's no
Yeah.
bueno.
But I came to Korea. I went to Seoul, and Seoul looks pretty bad too.
Oh yeah.
It's not too bad.
But I think
No,
it's probably more organized though.
People just stop their cars in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
They
but
annoy the heck out of me.
but the thing is Seoul can be stressful driving, but it's not as bad as California because they drive so much faster, and the actual danger of losing your life in California is so
that's
much
true.
higher.
That's true.
So anyway,
Yeah.
So yeah, the joy of not having to drive.
Enjoy the drive.
Nice.
Korean food tastes great and it's cheaper.
That's true.
Indeed, yeah.
You don't have to cook
Okay.
here.
And being in the city, Ilsan is pretty developed too. So like you can just go, walk and then get something if you don't want to eat at home or something.
Yeah, because you live pretty close to that station that has a lot of like
Yeah.
shopping
All these different shops,
and
all these
different
different
things.
foods. You know, there's a
It's
pizza bunk there
nice.
too, so I can game all night and that kind of stuff. You know, it's all good. I
Yeah.
even got a gym membership recently, so that's like, pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Prepare for the summer. Well, it's summer now, but
Yeah.
it won't be summer anymore. But
You got to get the 6-pack for the summertime.
yeah,
For next summer.
you know what? If
But what is she saying about you?
no. If you know, if I get like a glow up, then that could be the new thumbnail for this podcast.
Oh, okay.
No,
You got like 3 months.
hey, 3 months is a good time to
Okay.
like build.
Okay.
You just have to
I got the membership just for 3 months.
really be on a caloric deficit, which is not fun.
Nah.
Okay. Any
Nice.
other joys about life in Korea
Mm,
before you wrap it up?
I mean, church is nice. The community that I've
Amen.
been able to connect
Amen.
with, right? Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's not really necessarily a benefit to Korea and Seoul, but more so the opportunity of being able to meet good people,
Yeah.
which could happen anywhere, but happened to happen in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another enjoy. Oh, being closer to family.
Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah. Although my mom is down in the countryside now and my brother lives separately, so it's strange. I live with my grandma right now.
Does your brother live in Ilsan or Seoul?
He lives in Ilsan.
Okay.
He's recently got a villa.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's like a tiny villa. It's not.
Well,
like a,
That's nice though.
but it's,
Well,
it's nice.
it depends on what you call a villa because
This
you're
is a
in
villa?
a villa right now.
Hey, this place is pretty nice.
this is
Very retro.
the retro OG villa of the day.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
would have been a really nice villa back in the day.
I think for comparison, his is slightly better than this, but like not too different. I think the square feet, like the size is pretty similar.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This particular place that we're filming, our unit is so old that we don't have a sink in the restroom. That just tells you how old it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not like that. Yeah.
yeah. Andy, it was really fun hearing about learning new things about your whole travels from Korea to Georgia. I mean, Korea to California to Georgia to California back to Korea.
Oh, it just kind of went like back
Yeah, it's like a mirror
Yeah.
reflection.
Mirror, yeah.
Wow.
But in those endeavors, you lived in like 3 major different regions of the world. And so I'm sure that opened up your mind to a lot more perspective and vantage point in life. So gave you the opportunity to be the man that you are now.
Yeah.
And we're very thankful to have you at ARC.
We are.
Even though we're not the OG, Andy's the OG
I
am
know.
at
the
ARC.
OG.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call?
Yeah.
It's Andy.
Andy, yeah, for sure. But yeah, this was really fun. Hopefully, if maybe some of you are watching this because you are in a position like Andy that may have to go into the army. We actually have another brother at our church that is in the army right now. He grew up in the States. So he may end up watching this. I know that he knows about this. Maybe we'll have him on as a guest at some point.
No, he'll just be jealous of my experience.
Yeah. He may not want to just hear the Andy version of it, but this was really fun. If you have any questions for ourselves or any questions for Andy, I will pass on the questions in the comments to Andy. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. We will see you next week. Please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
We loved having you. All right, everyone. God bless. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.